Summertime sports talk, a lot of lists. And so we're having some fun with a daily list, our top 5. Today it is in honor of Demaryius Thomas going into the Broncos Ring of Fame later this year. Your top 5 most favorite, popular Bronco pass catchers, wide receivers or tight ends. Stink will give you a chance to catch up. I have a feeling there'll be some personal bias here with you, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. But
sure,
just to kind of recap, we started honorable mention. And, Will, you went with?
I went with Brandon Marshall as my honorable mention, just outside the top 5.
My honorable mention was, well, I had to think of our guy.
Orton bumps again to the sideline. Batted off. Oh, God! Stokley down the sideline. Can they catch him? Stokley! Wow! Touchdown! Denver! Unbelievable!
Brandon Stokley.
I really wanted to put Welker in there as the honorable mention, but that would have just been mean. So Stokes our honorable mention.
I didn't have an honorable mention, but now that you guys have said that you've got honorable mentions because you just asked me to do the top 5, I put Stoke in.
There you go.
I can't go against Stoke.
No.
It's Stokley.
Yeah. So now let's get to our list. We'll let you catch up. Number 5, Will, you had?
I had Ed McCaffrey. Just loved his toughness. As a little kid in the backyard, we all always said we were Ed McCaffrey. Dude would just get popped over the middle of the field and somehow get up every single time.
With number 5, maybe it's just because I'm so starved over the last 10 years for legitimate tight end play. I look back to the 2 years that Julius Thomas absolutely was a freak show. 24 touchdown catches in 2 years for a former basketball player. I love the Julius Thomas story, so I put him at number 5. You, Mark?
Okay, wait a minute. Do we have wide receivers just pass
catchers? Pass catchers.
Oh, my fault. Okay,
I said that last
change.
segment. I said that. Why don't you listen? You just don't listen to me.
I just was thinking.
You used to listen
we
to
talked
me.
about Demaryius Thomas.
I'm getting the Michael Malone treatment from you.
We got Demaryius Thomas, and we're
Thanks,
talking
Jamal.
about Demaryius Thomas being a wide receiver going
Play
in.
better.
So I thought it was your top 5 wide receivers.
No.
So now I'm going to change this up
fit
on
in your
the fly,
narrative.
boys.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to change it up on the fly.
All right, let's do it.
So number 5 is going to go Lionel Taylor.
Are you being smart? You're being a smartass. You're being a smart.
Why?
You don't know anything about Lionel Taylor.
He's one of the top Broncos in history.
Your favorite. You don't have to.
Oh, my favorite?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, do you listen?
My God.
Do you listen?
My God.
Do you
I don't
listen?
think you guys.
He's an idiot
I don't
fool.
think you. Okay, I don't think you
totally explained it last segment. I said your 5 favorite receivers, not who you think the 5 favorite ones
receivers.
are. Pass catchers, excuse me. See, now you got me screwed up.
See, you got me. I think
said-
you did. I think you
All right,
led me down a road,
Okay.
led me down the road of
Do
iniquity.
you need some time? Do you need some
I'm
time?
going to need a little bit. I'm
Do you
going
need a
now.
little
I'm going to
time?
have to
Do you need a little
I'm
time?
going to have to
All right.
reshuffle the
Here-
deck.
Here you go. We'll let you catch up. Your number 4, Will, was
Yeah, of my favorites, pass catchers, just to establish
wide
that.
receivers and tight
All
ends.
right.
Number 5 on my list was Ed McCaffrey, and number 4 was Emmanuel Sanders because he, to me, just epitomized that toughness of the second half of the Peyton Manning era. I think about that game in Kansas City where he goes down and catches the game-tying touchdown, and then the Broncos scoop and score like 2 minutes later, Bradley Roby to rob a game from the Chiefs. He had the touchdown in Cleveland that year, and then in the Super Bowl, he was the Broncos' best pass catcher in Super Bowl 50. They didn't put up eye-popping stats by any stretch, but Emmanuel had some big catches that day in Santa Clara. Loved Emmanuel. He is number 4 on my list.
My 4th favorite Bronco receiver was Demaryius Thomas. I went with DT. Maybe some people upset that I don't have him higher, but I loved watching him play. He was the complete receiver, and also in a time where, let's face it, you brought up Emmanuel Sanders. Sanders was right there kind of on the cusp of when those receivers were starting to become real divas, and he had some diva qualities about him. DT never had any diva qualities, which I guess maybe makes him even more endearing to me. So I put DT at number 4. We're still giving Stink time to catch up.
I got it now.
Are you caught up now?
I'm
All right,
caught
no more
up.
excuses.
All right, I'm caught up.
All right.
All right, so I did go. I told you I went to Stokley based on you guys because you didn't give me that part of the rule that we had an honorable mention. You just told me the top 5 receivers all time. Now it's pass catchers. So Lord only knows what the next caveat is. So Stokley is my honorable mention. Then I go number 5, Brandon Marshall. And he and I, to this day, have this beautiful relationship where – I called him an idiot many times on these radio airwaves, and B. Marsh and I have a true love for one another. And I just remember that 20-catch game, and the dude was – I know he's mercurial. I know he was a bit of a pain in the ass, but that dude was so good and so talented, and he was fun to watch. So B. Marsh is number 5.
I just need to interrupt you. I just want to be clear here because you've had kind of a rocky start to this. You have the right Brandon Marshall, right? I just want to make sure you're not confusing him with
no, not the linebacker Brandon Marshall. He and I are.
Just want to be sure.
He and I are also tight. Yeah, Mr. Funny Guy. But yes,
okay.
the one that caught balls.
All right, there you go. Number 4 for you was
my number 4 all time was Eddie Mack.
Yeah.
Like Eddie
I thought
Mack,
he'd be higher on your list, honestly. Yeah.
Eddie, well, yeah, you know what? Eddie Mack was just a unbelievable teammate, but his ability to go over the middle and just get lambasted, like complete and total blatant disregard for his own well-being, and to pop up and to make the plays and the iconic block in the Super Bowl against Brian, I think it was Brian Williams was the linebacker at the time, and then him just pointing the finger in that guy's face and knowing that Eddie Mack had no ability to talk smack. So I could just imagine what he said. It wasn't like, you would think if it was Shannon Sharpe, he'd have some great line for that guy. For Eddie Mack, he'd point in his face, and he'd be like, hey, I blocked. And then he would just walk away. Like, he had zero smack talk in his game.
Oh my God!
That is the pot calling the kettle black, yeah. But zero smack talk. Eddie Mack would tell you the same. He had zero ability to talk smack. So,
all right, we will continue on. We'll get to number 3 on our list. Also, new news, new evidence, new stuff to react to that, again, leads me back to a great classic question of what would have happened? What would it have been like if Mark's draft day story, which was accurate, had come true and Aaron Rodgers had ended up being a Bronco? That's next.
Who will emerge as the top target for Bo Nix in his sophomore season?
I'm actually going to go Evan Ingram on this one as Bo's best weapon, Bo's favorite target, whatever you want to call it here.
Okay.
I'm doing it because of Courtland Sutton and how good he's been the last couple of years. I actually think how good Sutton's been the last 2 years gives Evan Ingram this giant runway in the middle of the field that Bo can expose.
Denver's